So can you hear me? Okay, so I won't be able to see anything. Once I hit presentation mode, I won't be able to see anything. I won't be able to respond to the chat or anything like that. So uh, obviously, I've got a lot of content to get through. So I can't even ask you if you can you see my screen? Oh, perfect. Thank you, someone for
Yay.
Hey, okay. So yeah, I have a lot of content
Awesome.
to
I'm
get
glad
through.
Brandon could see you too, but I can hear you now. Awesome. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. So I have a lot of content to cover today, short amount of time. So my presentation is on the life of a solo safety
Maybe
professional. I'll give you tools, tips, and tricks for
hmm,
success. So we'll
I
just get
can't
right
hear you
into it.
now.
Can you see me now?
I can't see the screen either, Beverly.
Okay, let me see if I switch it.
I can see it. See, I don't think he's in the room. I think it's just like proximity chat, like when you get closer to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he just needs to click on the microphone.
Okay. Let me get with him. Thanks. Hey, there you are. I see you now.
Okay, so
Awesome.
I'm gonna start over now. So when I hit so I won't be able to see you because it covers up my whole screen. So I guess you'll just have to tell me if you actually see the screen.
I can see you, but I can't see the screen.
Okay, so
So
I'm gonna switch. How about now?
not yet. It's still
Wow.
you. Yeah, this is a new platform. So
Yeah, same here.
um so when you hit screen share, do you have a screen share option at the bottom?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Oh, I think it's coming up. It's a black screen right now, but I do see a second screen share. Oh, there we go. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
let's try again. So the third time, can you see the screen? Okay. Wow. Woo! All right, let's go. Okay, so I don't know if you heard any of my intro, my 5 minute intro, but I'm going to go over the life and times of a solo safety professional. Get off my music now, but first I'm going to share a really brief history about of my life as a solo safety professional. So the first time in safety from 1997 to 2006, I was a solo safety professional. Now I did have a behavior-based safety steering committee that I got to utilize for a lot of my safety functions. We had observers, we had steering team, and then I also had immense help in my career, early development of my career with our OSHA technical assistance group. And then in 2006, I took the big step and I went out and worked for a surface coal mine. I worked for 4 coal mines over the course of 10 years, but vast difference between being a solo and going to the mines because you have a team, which I'll explain more later. But I also developed a mine rescue team, leadership development team. Just really, really like that. And then in 2016, I decided to take a complete change of course and join a city municipality here back again being a solo safety professional, but I do have a safety committee that I actually rely on quite a bit and our supervisors. But I've got so much content, so let's get right into it. So the first part of my career, 97 to 2006, I was on my own. We started a behavior-based safety process. We had a steering committee that made up of 8 employees, hourly employees, and one supervisor or salaried operations leader. Very high performing team, utilized our steering committee for other safety related tasks. We were integral in implementing in field out in the coal mines observations on site, which most of the safety professionals for the mines had never seen. But this was my first introduction to leadership development training. And then also, like I said, the OSHA technical assistants. If I wouldn't have had them for my first 4 years, I probably wouldn't have known as much as I do now. So, second part, I go to the coal mines. Now we have a laundry list of people that were actually on the safety team. So you had corporate safety, which we never talked to. in St. Louis. We had safety directors, safety managers, safety supervisors. We had safety analysts, summer interns, maintenance trainers, and production trainers. So it was really different to be able to share the load with so many different people. So also we had another opportunity for us. We had other coal mines. There's about 15 coal mines in a 100-mile strip. So you have other safety professionals that you could rely on and bounce ideas off as well. And we also have a Powder River Basin Safety Association associated with the Holmes grant. So we have those people that we can rely on as well. Now coming full circle, now for the last 9 years, I started working in the city municipality. I am back on my own private safety island. I joke because my office is, even though I'm under HR, I actually am in a completely different building. So I do feel like I'm on my own private island at times. So, but I kind of wanted to go in a different approach since I knew I got to taste what it felt like to be a part of a team with all the people at the coal mines. So I wanted to kind of try to do something new at the city. So not only with our safety committee, but also I've sought out those management champions, ones that were already supporting the safety division before I started. And then inside those divisions, I actually found divisional champions that either through experience or pain and heartache had a lot of a higher focus on safety. So also we have state assistance, which I'll cover later. We're part of a state-run ocean workers' comp program, and that's where you have the opportunity not only at the federal level but at the state level to apply for grants. So risk reduction funds, again, we'll talk about this a little more later. And I won't be able to talk to anyone, so I guess this is just for my druthers. But I like to pull the audience. I like to know, who's actually in attendance. And so if you can, and maybe Cindy, you can relay this information to me, but in the chat, if you could just, if you're a person that's part of a safety team, go ahead and put an A in the chat. And if you're a solo like myself, all by yourself, put that in the chat with B. And then C, if you don't even know where the chat is, well, I really can't count your vote. So let's get into it. So the first thing, these are the topics that we're going to cover. We're going to cover workers' compensation program, safety management systems. One of my good friends, Chip, is actually here, so pretty cool to see him here. Safety champions, ask for help and ask those intelligent questions. We're going to talk about expanding your safety social networking, which we're doing today. Stay current with rules and regulations. Attend conferences, whether in live, in person, or virtual, and then talk about safety vendors, and then I'll relay some additional resources for you. So let's get right into it. So workers' compensation program, like I said, we're a state-run workers' comp program. So in 2016, OSHA actually split in half, and half stayed with OSHA compliance, and half went to this new division called the Wyoming Workers' Comp Safety and Risk Division. So we partnered with them, and they come in every year and do inspections of all of our facilities. If they note any hazard, even though I know they don't carry any clout and they can't fine us, still at the end of the day, I want to get those things corrected. It does jeopardize 3 safety discounts that we have, but I've always just told our employees, maybe I did a little white lie in saying that, hey, we really need to fix that. Not that they're going to fine us, but I have a really great group of people, so they end up fixing them. So claims analysts, we have a full-time claims analyst through workers' comp that we actually get to report all our claims to. So they have a great working relationship with them between myself and our HR specialist. We're filing claims, we're getting paperwork, we're doing TTD applications, reimbursement applications, whatever it is. We have a good working knowledge with our claims analyst.
Hey, Randy, sorry to interrupt you really quick. I'm not sure if your slides are up to date, or we're still seeing the life of a solo safety professional.
What is going on?
It's the tech thing on the whole platform.
So what slide do you see on screen?
The life of a solo safety professional.
Let me see
So I think you're sharing like the like the slide itself, and not maybe like if you're running a presentation, maybe the presentation's not what's on the screen share.
Well, this is frustrating.
There we go. Now it's moving.
Yeah, but I'm back to not in present mode. So it's saying I'm sharing my window. Let me see.
And also, it looks like the majority of our responses were B solo.
Now I
Yeah.
need my glasses. Uh,
No shame in glasses, no shame.
that's not the Chrome tab. I want the window, and I'm here. I want to go share this screen. And so, are you seeing that screen?
It's not the presentation, it's the slide, like the original slides.
Wow. Wow. We might have to punt, and I might just talk through it. That'd be horrible.
Well, I mean, if you want to, you could probably show this. I know it's not as pretty as a full screen, but it still gets the information out.
Yeah. Uh,
And I had a couple of DMs asking for copies of the slide too, if you're willing to share. I know.
oh yeah, I can do that. It's a little modified, but I got to figure out how to do this. Again, not using this platform before. I am sharing, but you still only see slide 1.
No, we are on. I think that's slide. Hold
Is
on,
it
I have
9?
to expand mine. Yes, 9.
Okay. Uh, hmm. Okay. Well, let me see what we can do here.
Can you hit slideshow up on top?
Yeah, I've done. But do you see anything?
No, it's still
Yeah,
the
no, it's the
original
same.
thing.
Trying to switch sharing. Let me see if I can go. Still nothing?
No, it's still the original slides.
Interesting. Yeah, because all my pictures overlap the text and stuff. So I apologize, folks.
No worries at all. We're all learning. I don't know if anybody has used this before, so lots of grace here.
Yeah. I don't want edit mode. I can maximize the full screen, and that doesn't really do anything for me.
If you launch the presentation and then share the screen and select that option, does that work?
Well, the problem when I launch the presentation, it goes into presentation mode, so I can't even see my.
Gotcha.
So, I'm over here. So that's weird. Let me see other settings. That's not really going to help me. So if I share, if I do entire screen.
Might work. There we go. Yep.
Can you see that?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Although
let's start all the way over. No, I'm just kidding.
So the slide is on. It says Workers' Compensations Program. And
let's see if this works. Hey.
There we go. Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see if I can. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're going to speed through this because we are a state-run program. We have the claims analyst. Anytime we have a claim that we contemplate, I wouldn't say that we don't trust the employee, but it just sounds kind of fishy. We can always send it for, well, there's 2 options. One, if we think it's a fraudulent claim, they have a whole fraud division that we can, kind of sick them on. But then also we have a third-party medical review. So get a third, second, I guess, or third opinion that workers' comp hires a doctor to actually look at the employee as well. So if you have those cases, every year we have a cost benefit analysis. Now I want to kind of stop for a minute. A lot of companies that have insurance carriers, they provide a lot of these same tools to you. You just have to kind of reach out to them and find out if they do a cost benefit analysis for you. I know IMA insurance company out of Denver that we used when I worked at another company. They did all the stuff that workers' comp does. So the thing I love is we have this option which is called lost run reports through our peers network. So Wyoming Workers Comp has this peers network system that we can log into every day and get up to date medical claims, see which claims are actually incurring more costs, kind of track them that way. I'm in there probably once a week, once every other week. And we do have, I mentioned it earlier, Since we are partnered with the Workers' Comp Safety and Risk Division, we have the opportunity to apply for these 3 different discounts. And it was ironic working in general industry or at the coal mines. I think they look at safety numbers a little differently. Not trying to throw the city municipality under the bus, but when uh, when I first started, they had their workers' comp rates were out of control. They had no idea what the person that was in the position previous to me did not have a lot of working knowledge with workers' comp, and I had over at the time 18 years experience. So we had a lot of claims that were outdated that still were incurring costs or not incurring costs, but we were holding reserves for those claims, and those reserves actually go towards your premium. So when we did these safety discount programs, you have the opportunity to get a 30% discount on your premiums. So there's certain regulations and things you need to follow, but I mean, 30% is not something that you're going to want to just leave on the table. So, and then they also have a safety improvement fund. Every quarter, you can apply for this fund, this grant. It is $10,000 per quarter, and generally it's 10,000, but at the end of the day it's 9,000 because you're going to have 10% in the skin in the game, which I really like. So we've applied for this grant numerous times, and I've gotten it. I've received it every time we've applied for it. So you can use it for safety training, bringing in consultants, gear, different tools, all sorts of stuff. So that's a great option for us as well. So safety management system. So you can pull the audience and see, but does everyone have a safety management software program? Not faulting it, not saying bad or good. I'm just here to explain what I have to go through. So in city government, you don't have a very large budget. So what I actually ended up doing, we had one of these systems in place. The previous safety manager got the HR director to buy it, and he never used it. So by the time I came on in 2016, I started to use it, but then I realized quickly I was the only one using it. So it was like the Randy Milliron safety management system. It wasn't the city of Gillette. So a couple of years ago, I finally just did away with it, and I do things a little differently. So some people make fun of me, and I'm fine. I've got broad, thick shoulders, so I'll be good to go. So you can create your own in-house SMS, and that's what I did. I use a lot of Excel spreadsheets. I use a lot of VBA databases that I create in Excel because I just like to track the incidents, and that's the big thing. And most of the SMSs that I've previewed, the ones that I really like, I can't afford. So at the end of the day, I continue with this one. It works for us. If anybody has a question, how many incidents have we had in wastewater this year? I can quickly pull that up. Whereas the old SMS that we had, it just, you couldn't do it. It was a lot of reporting issues. So I use this to track incident, workers' comp claims, insurance claim, OSHA recordables. I like to track repeat offenders. This is something that was new to me when I came to the city. I kept seeing the same few people kept appearing on this list with incidents. And I remember going to HR and one of our directors and said, hey, do we have any kind of disciplinary process? Because if somebody just keeps damaging equipment, what do we do about that? And so I kind of spearheaded a disciplinary, it's called an early intervention program that I actually copied from our police department and use it for our employees as well. Plus, I can use this spreadsheet to develop trends. Every quarter, I have to create a presentation going over the quarterly safety update for our directors. And these spreadsheets work wonders for me. So if you can afford an SMS, then I'm all power to you because they're doing a lot of stuff that I have to do by hand, but I just really couldn't afford it at the end of the day. So we've got HSI, Velocity EHS, and my good buddy Chip with EHS Momentum. So if you have the opportunity to check them out, obviously they all do demos, so you can try it out, see if it works for you. So maybe it'll work for you. Okay, so safety committee. I have a deep affinity for movies, so Lord of the Rings is one of my go-tos. And what I did with our safety committee when I first started, it was the Donut Junkie committee. So the first one I showed up to, I created an agenda, sent the agenda out to all the members, and 2 of the members, when I got there, the first thing they asked was, "Where are the donuts?" And I'm like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm in the health and wellness program. And yeah, if we're gonna have snacks, they're gonna be good snacks. So no fault to any donuts, but I enjoy a donut every once in a while. But I was not going to be. That was the sole purpose of having the meeting. So Uh, Asking you, do you have a safety committee? And then is it effective? So I've been in many organizations where they have a safety committee and they meet and they talk and no action is really ever done. So the other thing is if there is action generated in a meeting, is that content, are those action steps shared with your employees? A safety committee, you really want to have good representation from all divisions, all departments. So if they're not relaying the information you cover in the safety committee, is it really effective? Create bylaws and make sure you stick to them. Don't let this be something that's dusty and sits on the shelf that no one actually pulls out. We like to review them every year to make sure, one, we're sticking to them, and if we need to edit them. This is important to keep your process evergreen. So you want to create a rotation schedule. You don't want the same 8 people on your safety committee for the next 18 years. It could get stale and stagnant. Utilize them as a tool and resource. We have a June, well, I'll talk about it later. We have a major event that we do every summer in partnership with the National Safety Council, proclaiming that June is the National Safety Month for the City of Gillette employees. We use this to create new policies and procedures. When I develop those trends from my own internal SMS, like backing incidents is a huge thing in the city. We actually created a new policy for our backing incident prevention process. So a lot of P's in there, but we actually developed that right from our incident data, and we actually are getting ready to roll that out to our employees. Again, identify trends and analyze data. I taught them how to do contributing factors and root cause analysis. It's very bare bones. I've seen multiple different root cause analysis systems that they're for big companies, but for somebody that only has 280 employees and 8 people on my safety committee, we kind of dummied it down, I would say. But I taught them how to pull contributing factors from incidents and then develop root cause analysis statements to actually help us write those policies and procedures. Like I said, the June Safety Month, we do a proclamation every year. I create a video, and all of some of our directors, our safety committee members. It's a lot of fun. We show it at the start of every one of our June safety days in June. And the ironic thing is, the people love the video, but they really love the blooper reel. So I love to do that. So June Safety Day, we use them as resources. So all the safety committee members are going to be participating not in the event, but they're actually hosting stations. Every year we have 2 to 4 stations where we rotate all of our employees through. So it's a really successful event. Now we're talking about find your champions. So in the supervisory level, you need to find those supervisors who already support safety. You don't have to drag them into the safety realm, and then delegate and assign responsibilities. So when I first started, one of the things that was the major faux pas in our business was incident reporting. Incidents weren't getting reported. I should say they were getting reported, but just not in a timely fashion. So I changed kind of the hierarchy with our management team. So if, let's say, a solid waste operator has an incident, he contacts his supervisor, his or her supervisor, and then they contact me. But the supervisor is the one that's out actually doing the accident investigation. Obviously, if they need any help, then they can request help from me. But going out to 155 incidents in a year, that's not what I do. So that I put that kind of ownership on the supervisors and managers. So employees, again, trying to find those people who are either vastly experienced, been with the company for a long time, or that just have a higher regard for safety. And then I try to find those silent leaders. You probably all know that, when it's you'll have in a safety meeting, and you know most people are waiting for the seasoned employee to actually state what their feeling on the concept is, because they have so much. They're really the silent leaders in your divisions. Want to find subject matter experts. We have a couple people in our water division who are confined space entry experts as well. And really, you need to develop these relationships, but you have to be honest and open, ask their opinions and ideas, and actually do what they're actually asking. Now, obviously, I heard in the earlier session, when you have those people that are complainers that always come with, hey, that fire extinguisher needs inspected. Hey, that first aid kit has expired items. Well, great, put some ownership back on them. So yeah, when you do find those, make sure you let me know so I can get that corrected. But is there an opportunity for you to actually do that for us? So uh, and then checking account philosophy. I learned this from a really good friend who was on my rescue team at the first mine. he talked about this checking account policy. What you want to do is make sure you're making more deposits than you're making withdrawals. You never want to be overdrawn when it comes to your employees and these safety champions. Okay. Ask intelligent questions. So see a need, fill a need. When I first started the city, I started asking a lot of questions. And if you've been in safety for very long, you realize that sometimes you ask questions and you don't like the answer, meaning the answer does not mean we are in compliance. So that means that's more work for me to do. So I kind of stopped asking questions. No, in all fun, I asked those questions because I wanted to try to identify those gaps in our system. When I first started, I asked everybody to send me their individualized safety programs, lockout, tagout, respiratory protection, those kind of things, and found that they were all over the map. So we needed to have a centralized program, safety manual, and then obviously some of the divisions, let's say electrical services with the line people, they're going to handle electricity a little different than say a SCADA electrician. So we wanted to identify those gaps in the system, identified numerous shortcomings, shared with the HR director, and then I asked him if, so when we were doing the incident reporting, uh, so I asked him one day, I asked him if we had an incident reporting policy or something. He said we did. And so my first order of business was to hand it back to him and said, hey, when you meet with all the directors, my first order of business is we need to get back to doing what the first item on the sheet is. And it says all incidents must be reported immediately. And he sheepishly looked up at me and he goes, oh, we're not doing that? I'm like, no, not in a long shot. So what I would do is every time I would get an incident in, if there was a issue that I didn't like on the sheet, box wasn't checked or something wasn't filled out to my liking, I would write this little. I had a legal pad sitting next to my desk, and I'd write it on the piece of paper. Then when I filled up the piece of paper, I went to the HR director and said, "Give me 90 minutes with all of our managers and supervisors so I can get them all on the same page." And it was highly successful. I hold one once a year because we actually obviously move up and promote from within with a lot of our employees that become supervisors, so they need to know the process. So developed standards and practice. We invited finance, who handles all of our insurance claims, to the party. We covered any new standards. We set the bar super high because we knew what our insurance carrier, what their bar was, and we wanted to go above and beyond. So we wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. So in the supervisor safety training, these are the things I cover: citizen related incident reporting policy, our drug and alcohol policy, medical related incidents. I've been a medic for 17 years, so I need to be involved in every incident that requires medical, incident paperwork, incident investigations, telling them the difference between preventable and non-preventable incidents. We go over workers' comp claims and that procedure process for filing a claim. We talk about monthly safety inspections that they're required to do, and then walk around inspections with our vehicles and equipment. So thank you for being here. And really, with all the tech issues I've had, really talking about this conference today it's great opportunity to grow your safety network. So one way is to get more involved. Obviously, speaking is one way that you can get involved, or volunteering. But you want to grow your knowledge. You never want to stay stagnant. If you get into the point where you're on cruise control in your career, it might be time to find a new career or find a new job. So you can grow your knowledge by memberships in a couple different organizations, even through working with the Safety Nights website. You have different opportunities for safety certification through BCSP or NASP conferences. Now, I'm a strong proponent for all conferences. I'm not going to say one's better than the other, but I will say I like to attend them all. So as many different virtual conferences and live in-person conferences I can attend, I love to do it. So it gives me a great opportunity to connect with people in the industry, practice specialties. For instance, I'm the administrator of the public sector practice specialty with ASSP. So it gives me an opportunity to sit at a table with other people that are in the public sector as well. You have chapters, regions, divisions, all sorts of different things you can connect with. The thing I love is if I have an issue, or I have let's say a new regulation's coming out. For instance, when the big heat illness prevention national emphasis program was coming out last year, a lot of states were kind of trying to scramble to figure out what OSHA was going to do. So they came up with the national emphasis program. They opened up, the opportunities for us to share our knowledge or our concerns with the policy. There's only a couple states that really actually proposed something before the new administration took over. So if I have an issue and I have grown my safety network, I have an opportunity to reach out to those people and say, hey, I'm having a really tough time with fixed ladders. So I'd reach out to my friend Russell in Arizona and go, hey, you're a fall protection expert. Walk me through what I need to do with these fixed ladders. So if you don't have that working knowledge and that safety network, then you're basically a Google expert. You're going out there trying to find it. Well, why reinvent the wheel when there's someone else that's already perfected it? So also volunteering, a great opportunity to give back to the safety community. So that's either volunteering to be at a conference, to speak at a conference, or actually, if you're a vendor, to host your business there as well. Podcasts, cannot say enough about podcasts. These are just a few of the ones that I routinely listen to. They're great resources. For I would say, gosh, it was early part of this year, or I think it was just a couple months ago. One of the Illusion of Safety podcast episodes was, I think her name was Ashley Gill, I think is her name, and she's a strong proponent in construction. And she was talking about mental health awareness and the suicide rate in construction. If I wouldn't have been listening to that podcast, I would never have known that, had that knowledge. So they're a great opportunity. Plus, they're all available on Spotify and iTunes or whatever podcast form you can find, so you can listen to them at your own convenience. They cover a variety of topics. They greatly expand your knowledge. You actually have the opportunity to share your knowledge as a guest on those podcasts, which I learned the hard way. Great way to meet other safety professionals. Websites, tons of them out there. But my favorite safety related websites are obviously going to be NSC, the Safety Nights. Woo, woo. See, there's a good plug. ASSP, CDC, OHS, EHS Daily Advisor. All these websites have a ton of information at your disposal to increase your knowledge. Email lists and newsletters, and I need to be really careful about this. So if you do attend, I don't have one here. If you do attend a safety conference, you'll have your badge and you have this little QR code, and you'll be walking through the expo hall, and vendors will want to scan your badge. Be very careful about who you scan your badge to, because they will have all of your contact information, and you will either get the phone calls or the emails and stuff. And sometimes you just have to politely decline. But find those resources, those vendors in the expo that you do want to connect with, and then you're on their list. So anything that comes up from them, EHS Daily Advisor is one of the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Also, Safety Nights does it as well. They have like a weekly wrap up, or they kick it off on Monday and then they have a weekly wrap up on Friday. And you can scan through those. If something interests you, great, click on it and get that great knowledge. So you can sign up for weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Here's just a couple of them that I subscribe to as well. So great wealth of knowledge out there. Conferences, well, here we are. We're in a conference, so there's so many different opportunities out there to attend conferences, either live. Some of them actually offer the virtual plan as well, because they're still companies still don't have any kind of travel budget. But if you are going to attend a conference, please pre-plan. Look at the agenda, see if there's something that interests you, and highlight that session. That's the one that you want to attend. You think about things that are affecting your employees. What are some hot topics that you need to get more information about? Attend those sessions. What are some topics that you are a subject matter expert in? This is one that I got tapped in 2018, no, 2022. I got asked to speak on a plenary panel at the ASSP conference in Chicago, and that was my start to basically being on the speaking tour. So submit a proposal to present. Not every proposal is going to get picked, but you really need to get good at writing your proposals. Then safety vendors, again, pre-plan. If you're dealing with first aid kits, fire extinguishers, VR, whatever, AI, whatever you're looking for, you can find it in those expo halls. Again, pre-plan. Find out what problems you need to solve. Samples. This is a trick that I've given a lot of safety professionals over the year. So if you're in a conference like that and they want to hand you samples and stuff, well, that's stuff that you have to put in your luggage, which actually makes your luggage way heavier. You can actually request to have them mail it to you, and that's one thing that has really saved me. But asking for samples, get those samples, get them to your employees, have them test them out. I'm working on a project right now where I'm actually testing, having vendors send us gear, have our employees test it, and then I interview them for my YouTube channel to see how well the product actually works. And every vendor I've reached out to, I said, your mercy is at the hands of our employees, so I hope your gear is good, because they're going to be upfront and honest. They again develop relationships, friendships with vendors. Every conference I go to, I have a select few people that I have great friendships with, that I always seek them out and it's just a great way to, again, grow in your safety network. So, and then there's some of them that I stay connected throughout the year. So, hey, are you going to be at the NSC show in Denver? Oh, that's great. I'll see you there. So it's just another great opportunity. Lastly, additional resources. Cindy, I don't know how I am on time. I'm way over probably.
Oh, you're good. You have until 1:30.
Okay, so what time? Mountain Standard Time. 1:30.
It's 1:21 right now. You have 9 minutes.
Okay, good. Okay, we're almost done. So additional resources there. ASSP publishes standards. NFPA publishes documentation. You have the ASSP's Professional Safety Journal. You have National Safety Council Safety and Health Magazine. Those both are required. You have to be a member to get those. But then the OH&S, it's free, and it's a great magazine. So all these publications come out monthly, or the magazines come out monthly. The standards come out by the time they're published. So again, a great use of your time to actually research these great publications. And then webinars, they're everywhere. I think the one thing that was, I can't believe I'm going to say this. So the one good thing that really came out of COVID, maybe two. One is we got really used to this platform. Probably before 2020, not many of us attended webinars. Uh, just didn't like it, didn't like the format, didn't like the tech, however it is. But after COVID, now we're, I think, more comfortable in doing webinars. So there's tons of them out there that you can sign up for. And then if you're on those email newsletter list, let's say I'm just thinking of one, KPA, again, EHS Daily Advisor, they send me emails. Hey, we have this webinar coming up this next month, or we have this tech demo coming up in September. You want to sign up for? You can look at that and sign up for it. And then the thing I love about webinars is, even though if you can't attend live, they always usually send you a link so you can watch the replay. So you can watch the replay on your own time in case that doesn't fit into your schedule. Okay, so the last question. Oh, I guess I have one more. So again, being a social media creator, having my own YouTube channel, I love to use the tools at my disposal to create videos and posters. We at the city, no one was doing this, and I thought this was a great way to share information. So we have safety training posters. I do a safety proclamation video every year. We do the June safety training video wrap up. Walking around, videoing the event as it's going on. I love making our own safety videos. Create my own memes. I've got a couple of them up there, but I love it. I make these posters, hang them up all over if we have a training coming up. And again, it's getting that communication out, because not everyone reads emails. And I guess that's something that I have come to live with, I guess. I hate the fact that people don't read their emails. So how can I target them? Well, one, I can put these posters up throughout. And then a good friend of mine who's actually here, I can actually insert a QR code on that poster where they can scan it and sign up for that class. So a great opportunity. Okay. So yeah, here's just a couple examples of the posters. And there's our proclamation video, June Safety Training Day, and then we'll just get through all these. Okay, so the question I have, again, we're doing a poll. I'll have to get the results in the replay, but at which stage are you in your solo career? So are you a young solo, been working in safety for under 5 years? It's a new position. You're fresh out of college, fresh out of trade school, recently promoted into a safety role, which happened to me. Or you're middle-aged solo. You've been working in safety for 5 to 10 years. You have some experience. You have had some success. You can kind of come across cocky. Middle-aged solo, he was a little cocky. But then you get into where I am right now, which is more of a sage solo. I've been in safety for 15 plus years. In September, it'll be my 29th year in safety. I've had numerous jobs in safety. I've worked in many different organizations. I'm kind of on cruise control. I tease my wife. My wife only has 3 years till she retires. And then I have like 3 to 5 years before I retire. So I'm really kind of in my cruise control. I'm looking forward to retirement, maybe being a consultant or going on the speaker tour. But that's where I'm staged. So I will have to watch the replay to read the chat to find out what level of solo you are. So last thing, I know we don't have any time, but if we had any questions, are there any questions?
Not seeing any presently. I do
Come to the
know
insurance
that
world.
We have a lot of B's and a couple of
Oh,
C's. There is an A minus, Kyle. um, but
yeah, that's
yeah.
funny. And it's great. I mean, the cool thing that I love about this presentation is no matter if you are an A, B, or C, or if you're a solo safety professional or part of a team, you oftentimes will work in a solo atmosphere in that team. So
Yes.
I think the presentation, hopefully, it helps everyone learn a little more about what they can do to improve their skills when it comes to being a solo safety professional. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, Randy.
if there's no other questions, sorry again for the tech issue.
No, that's not your fault. That's all. Oh, actually, we have a question. Whoops, hold on a second. No,
I
somebody's
see
seeing
it.
this. Okay,
So
good.
I can actually see the screen now. So
Okay,
should
cool.
someone from operations be part of the committee? So are you talking? So all of our people on our safety committee, myself and one other person are managers. Everyone else is hourly employees. So is that what you were looking? Did I answer your question? Operations manager. So like head of. Um, it's really up to what's the overall safety culture of your organization. When I worked at my first job, we actually in our behavior based safety process, they only wanted an hourly driven process, and after our first year we realized we're alienating our operations leaders and our operation manager, so we invited them to become observers and be part of the team as well. So we had a very very good working safety culture at that company. And it wasn't like we were trying to hide anything from the operations manager. So whatever we shared with they were going to find out through the meeting minutes anyways. So, but yeah, if you have a good safety culture, which would not see it as Big Brother watching over me all the time, then I think it'd be a great opportunity. But really, you'd ask the operations manager if that's something that he or she would be interested in. Then obviously ask your committee, hey, what are your thoughts? So
Awesome. And I think you had already answered this. I've asked so many people. So I don't want to make sure we have people that are asking for the presentation.
yeah, I will actually I will edit it because I have to take out the obviously the
Y-
proprietary, yeah, that stuff.
Yeah,
I'll take that out, but the slides, yeah, I'll get those to you, and that way you can share them with everyone that was in attendance.
awesome. And I know somebody earlier had asked about your spreadsheet, if you would be willing to like take out all that information and
Oh yeah, yeah,
maybe share that as well. So that's awesome. Thank
yeah.
you. So yeah, you've shown us the power of one.
Woo!
Thank you for the incredible your show. Yeah, this will be better for the next time around when we all kind of know how to do things.
Yeah,
And I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad that you had to deal with it because I'm gonna have to share a presentation a little bit later because Abby unfortunately had an emergency pop up, but and I wasn't sure how to do it, but so thank you for that. And
yeah, definitely. This is my only word of wisdom. Thank you,
yeah,
thank you. My only word of wisdom or word of advice is maybe the day before do a tech check where you get in
yeah,
there and figure all this out. So, but
yeah.
hey, it's a new profile or a new system, and I love it. Seems really really great. But thank you for having me. That's thank you for the opportunity to give the
Yeah.
presentation.
Thank you as well. And yeah, well, you and I have been connected on LinkedIn for some time. I love seeing your posts.
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
and Abby suggested that we reach out to you. And as soon as she said it, I was like, oh, that's a no-brainer.
It
So thank
was
you
it,
again.
and again, back to the safety network thing. It's ironic because I saw so many people at the ASSP conference that their opening line was, "You're Randy from LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, I love your stuff. Keep sharing." And I'm like, "Thanks." And I had to take a selfie with everyone because I was like, I don't know their name, so
Great.
I got to find out who you are. I'm like, so I want to connect. But yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. And obviously, Cindy has my YouTube channel. If you're ever really bored, you can check that out as well. But
Yeah, I put both of those in the chat. So if you scroll up just a little bit, his LinkedIn and his YouTube channel are both on there.
perfect.
So cool. Thank you again.
Hey, no problem. Have a
All right.
great rest of our conference.
Thank you.
All right, later.
Thanks. Bye. So next we have